Imagine a world where your utilities are affordable, your workplace is equitable, and your community thrives. Not because of corporate generosity, but because the system is designed for you. It's designed by you. A world without monopolies isn't just a fantasy, it's a vision grounded in a possibility. And it's one we can start building today. I'm Fully Live, and I uncover how power really works so you can take it back. And today, we're exploring what a fair, just, and sustainable world looks like and how it's economically feasible to make it happen. So what would this world look like? First, imagine public ownership of essential services, electricity, water, broadband internet. None of it would be controlled by corporations driven by profit. It'd be controlled by local cooperatives or publicly accountable utilities. And it's possible, it exists already. Look at Chattanooga, Tennessee, where the city's public broadband system delivers some of the fastest internet in the United States at prices lower than Comcast or Verizon. Next, consider a labor market where wages reflect productivity and CEOs don't make 400 times more than their workers. Countries like Denmark already cap CEO to worker pay ratios in public institutions, setting a precedent for private industries to follow. And picture food systems that prioritize small farmers and sustainable practices over agribusiness giants. In France, the government incentivizes local agriculture through subsidies, creating shorter supply chains that reduce emissions and support rural economies. So how do we get there? Well, change, it doesn't happen overnight. But history shows us it's possible when communities, governments, and individuals act together. And it's not impossible to act together. You need to consider this one thing. Governments are made up of communities, and communities are made up of individuals, like you or me. We need stronger antitrust enforcement. The EU's crackdown on Google's monopolistic practices have shown that aggressive legal action works. In the US, Lina Khan's leadership at the FTC is a step in the right direction, but it needs your help. Call your representatives, get to know them, write them letters, write them emails, show up at the town hall meetings, and demand they prioritize these efforts. We need corporate accountability as well. We need systemic changes that hold corporations accountable. For example, introducing caps on price hikes for essential goods during crises, or even at all, can prevent the kind of exploitive price gouging we saw during the COVID pandemic. We need community movements. Community-led initiatives can create immediate change. Worker cooperatives and municipal utilities are already thriving in pockets of the United States and abroad. So supporting and replicating these models can build momentum from the ground up. Finally, understanding the system is key. If we don't know how we're being manipulated, we can't fight back. That's why grassroots education campaigns, like this very series, this whole YouTube channel, is extremely vital. Now, you might be wondering, how do we actually pay for universal healthcare? How do we fund publicly owned utilities? How can this system sustain itself economically? The answer lies in rethinking how the economy works altogether. By redirecting subsidies and tax breaks that currently benefit monopolies, we can invest in public goods and local businesses. For example, the United States spends about $20 billion annually subsidizing fossil fuels. Redirecting even a fraction of that could revolutionize renewable energy infrastructure, and we desperately need that. And consider the economic gains of fair wages and better working conditions. Studies show that companies with equitable pay structures see lower turnover and higher productivity. What's good for workers is unequivocally great for the economy. How do we get started? 1, like I said, support antitrust efforts, push for stronger enforcement of existing laws, and demand new regulations that address today's challenges like data monopolies. 2, invest in local solutions, support community-owned businesses, cooperatives, and publicly owned utilities. 3, educate yourself and others. The more we understand, the more we can act. Share this vision with your network and like-minded individuals and spark conversations, make friends. I think the most beautiful thing about all of this is that When you work towards solutions, it actually becomes part of your social life. It actually becomes a part of your meeting. You make friends, you make routine, you join communities. And joining communities doesn't just look like revolution all the time. It's fun. Number 4, vote with purpose. Support and find candidates who prioritize economic fairness and corporate accountability. Now, this all might sound ambitious, right? But history is full of examples of people coming together to create meaningful change. It happens all of the time. A world without monopolies is a world where power belongs to the people and not corporations. But there's one more question. How do we actually make this vision sustainable, right? It's something you've probably never seen before. So, how do we build an economy that works for everyone all the time? In our next series, we're breaking down economics, what it is, how it's designed to keep you struggling, and how we can rebuild it into a system that works for everyone. Because it's not just about fixing monopolies, it's about creating an economy where fairness, sustainability, and justice are built into the foundation as incentivizing factors. So, if you're ready to understand not just how the system fails us, but how we can create something better, please stay tuned. Let's start building the future together.